Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Welcome back to Ironclad RC. I'm Big B. We're out here in the Ironclad workshop. I got the Oxidean Animal Twin Cat out here. Okay, today we're actually going to be installing some through-hull water pickups. Okay, these get mounted in the hull on the ride pad, and it's like the best way to pick up water for some of these boats. Okay, I got a couple of days, 3 or 4 days, that are supposed to be raining and windy, and it may actually be the best time to do this. Okay, actually working on the Bulgarian. I'm working on setup. I've got some holes marked for hardware. About to start that video. The Ariane is on the other side of it. I'm waiting on some epoxy to cure. So, yeah, I figured I would try to squeeze this in, okay? This is something I've been wanting to do to this boat for a while. TFL through-hull water pickups. They're actually pretty simple to install, to be honest with you. Hardest part is cutting the hull, or getting, you know what? The hardest part is getting the nerve to cut the hole, right? So, because it's got to be done perfect, okay? So we need to flip the boat back over. We need to kind of figure out exactly where they need to be at so we don't hit the stuffing tube, right? And we want the most water flow, okay? I actually went to the speed run spot today. It was windy. I wanted to run those stainless steel props. Had the boat all prepped up. I actually did some work to the back of my sponsons here. I sharpened up. You hear that? The back of my sponson. I put like an angle in the backs of these steps. And I actually waxed the bottom. I never waxed the bottom of this boat. Ever. Never waxed the bottoms of my boats. I was going to test that out along with the stainless props. So now I'm wishing I wouldn't have waxed it, because I need to really clean the hell out of it to get these pickups to stick. Right? So I'm thinking. So see that screw right there at the tip of my finger? That's where the transom pickup is. Okay? That's where this guy right here is mounted. That water pickup right there. Right? This guy right here. So I'm thinking we should mount it somewhere in here. I want to think ahead in case I ever need to remove any of this stuff. I don't want to mount it back here, right? If we mount it back here, it's going to be hard to get to that nuts and bolts. So we need to mount it like right in here somewhere, I would imagine. So basically we'll get through-hull water pickup. We'll go to the ESCs, because I think that's the most important part to cool down. And then the transom pickup will actually go to the motors. We'll be getting rid of this Y fitting and go straight to the ESC, straight to the motor. I'm thinking about 40 millimeters from the transom should give us plenty of room to get to our nuts and bolts back here, okay? So I'm going to mark 40 here, 40 here. I mean, you could put it wherever you want. I wouldn't really put it right on the very back. You know, you want it just forward of the trailing edge, I would imagine, right? So I got a square here. We'll use this to get our marks right. 40. You could make a template, which is what I was actually going to do, but it actually it didn't really want to come out all that great. So we're just going to measure the pickup, okay? So you actually, this is the flange part. This bottom part right here is the portion that gets mounted in the hull. This lip is to keep it from falling out the hull, right? So 18 millimeters, okay, is what we need to cut out. lengthwise, right? So we're going to mark 18 here. Just going to transfer it with my not right hand. I'm not left-handed. Slightly freaking dyslexic. If you guys can't tell, I freaking get my words mixed up all the time. And I apologize. So that's 18. I'm going to make my mark on like at 17.8 or something. You know, I don't really want to go exactly 18. We'll file the rest off, okay? Let me check this, make sure. So if I cut on the line, if I cut right on the line at 17.9, that's on the money. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna put my mark on the inside of the mark, just to be safe. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Let's go in the boat here. Let's kind of figure out where we want to put it at. Okay, so let's fill the bottom. Let's just kind of see where that's at. So you got the thickness of the hull to think about, and then you got like this little curve right here where the cloth rolls over in the mold, right? So we don't want to put it on that curve. We don't want it to be on top of the stuffing tube. Okay. So our stuffing tube's running right here, right, with the drive, right? So about right there, okay. And then we could put our pickup right beside it. Boom. Somewhere in there. Okay. So this this ruler right here, I notched it on the end. You see that? So I can put my pencil in there. Right, boom. It's going to be the inside of our pickup. Boom. Boom. All right. Now let's measure the width of our pickup. Six millimeters, okay. Really, you could just get this right for one side and just transfer it over to the other side, you know. I'm gonna make mine a little skinnier, just file the rest of it. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Just inside of 6. Just inside of 6. All right. Scary stuff. Scary stuff. Okay, I don't know how you guys are going to be able to see this or how well. I made an executive decision to use the wore out wheel because it's smaller. And I'm not going to be able to cut it this way. Maybe get a little scribe in just to get a nice crisp edge. But mainly going to cut it this way. Maybe we can get this little saw blade in that I modified here and get this cut right here in. Okay, so here goes nothing. Gotta have a steady hand. Need a stand that's actually gonna keep the boat where it's supposed to be at. Okay, actually, I'm kind of glad you sent these blocks, Mino. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Okay, see what I did there? Okay. No point of no return, really. Golly, I want to check it one more time. Okay, inside of that line. Go to the line. Inside, okay. Straight in. You have to watch both sides of your blade. Hobby file, needle file, really does the trick on something like this. I found that this triangle file actually does pretty good. It only allows me to stick so much in there, right? But it does real good for getting the inside corners, or I guess the outside corners, square. You know what I'm saying? So I've just been taking little by little. I've got it so it sinks down in there, but I have not got it to actually fit perfect yet. And I just keep taking side to side's good. I'm just trying to get the length of it right. You know, just little by little. It's really tedious to do it the right way. You know. And these pickups, I meant to mention, you don't really want to put these pickups in your middle step. You don't want to put them in the front step because that's not in the water all the time. Inside, back step, right? Inside, back step. And if you got a lot of dead rise, like a lot of dead rise, you want to get it as close to the center as you can, I guess, right? So I'm still working on it. Just wanted to touch base. Oh, did it just go? There it goes. Got it. Okay, I'm going to flip the boat over. We'll get it. I'll show you what it looks like. We might need to actually take a file, and depending on how thick the hole is, you may actually need to file this lip down, right? So that this aluminum sits flush. Oh, that's the perfect spot too. That is so perfect. Let's see if we need to file any off this thing. Damn, it's actually pretty flush. Wow, that's actually a perfect fit. Take your time. Take your time. Okay, so you see how the pickup's a little bit higher, or I guess if you're looking at it like this, lower than the rad surface. I want it to be flush, right? So we need to actually file some off around the edge of this. Okay, this really is not needed, I guess, but instead of having to fill with epoxy, this might be a good way to do it. So I'm actually going to use, I got this triangle file, but I feel like I have more control with this round file. It's like flat and round on the top. And it's not going to take any off it shouldn't take any off the actual width and length of our pickup through hole. Should fit really good now. Basically flush, right? All right. Oh yeah, check it out. She's flush. Actually a little raised, so that's good. We could take that little raise, that's flush as hell. Okay. Okay, so I need to take a little bit off this side. So I'm working on this water pickup, and I wanted to show you guys this because this is actually better than a file. If you got a hacksaw blade or one of these type hacksaws, this don't take any off the diameter. You can like put it right up against the edge flat and pull out, right? And that'll give you a nice crisp line up against the cutout, and you're taking material off kind of like a file, right? Go straight down and pull out. All right, so I got my holes cut out. I got my pickups filed. Had to take some of the height down. Okay, ready to go in. So now I'm just I put some alcohol in here, and I got some 80 grit here, and I'm just cleaning my area with some alcohol, sandpaper, right, and prepping it up. You know, I'm gonna wipe it down 2 or 3 times here before we actually do any epoxy. All right, we got both of them cut out. I got it filed around the perimeter of my pickup itself so it fits flush. You see that? It's perfectly flush. Let's go, boy. All right, so we're gonna actually zap this thing in. Zap it, okay? I got the inside cleaned. I got the outside cleaned with alcohol. We need to clean the pickups. I'm going to go ahead and rough up around this so our epoxy sticks to it. We're going to use this zap right here, and it's really quick, and I don't want to use a whole lot to glue these in. We're going to go around it with some fiberglass or carbon fiber or a little bit of both to waterproof it, reinforce it so it don't pop out. I've already cleaned the inside. I've cleaned these up. I've got them roughed up, specific to each side. Got it marked, right? So we got to work fast with this stuff because it don't play around, okay? And like I said, I'm gonna basically just wet out around the inside of this, wet out around the outside of this, and basically stick it in, and I'm gonna hold it there, right? So I don't have to like prop anything in there. I don't have to wait an hour for it to kick off. I just think this is the best way to go. Giant hands here. Okay. All right, that looks good. Okay, a little bit of this. A little bit of this goes a long way. You don't need a whole lot of that dye. Got my alcohol, everything's ready to go. Okay, I'm gonna go around this hole. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm not really worried about it because you guys know what I'm doing. I will definitely do these one at a time, especially if you're using this stuff. Like I said, this is just to tack it in place real quick, and then we'll really epoxy it in the hole once we go with the slow cure. Some alcohol. And I'm just going to hold that thing in place. There ain't nothing you guys can watch. Hold it in place, and I'm going to clean up my mess out here while it kicks off, okay? Alright, well, I'm just going to do this for the next 5 minutes. I'm not even lying. So that one turned out pretty good. My hand's about to cramp up from holding that damn thing in there tight. So it sat down right. But we prevail. We just keep on going. Cleaned up all the access that I could. Right? And then we'll go over it with some regular epoxy. Okay? Alright. Got a good heaping helping on there. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to hold this in place while it cures. Okay, so I got both water pickups in. They actually turned out really good. I got 3 grams of epoxy mixed up here. Can you guys see it? I didn't use that much of the 5 minute, right? And what extra I had, I actually kind of wiped it up. So right now I'm just wetting out my area with this Venom Carbon epoxy. Just wetting out my area, make sure it's wetted out so I get good adhesion. If there's any like little little pinholes or something. We'll fill it in with this epoxy. And I got, as you can see, I got some carbon fiber in here. You can use fiberglass. I just figured carbon fiber will kind of match the hole. Oh, that's kind of dry, isn't it? Oh, I don't know, that looks good. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Yep, that looks pretty good. Trying to keep it light. Don't want too much weight in here, especially in the back, you know. Just going to go over, around, you know, make sure it's glued in there. I don't want to get it on my nipple because you know why? I didn't even freaking think about sealing that nipple up before I installed these. Making a mess here, boys. Probably gonna need to mix some more up. Only did 3 grams. It's the next day. I got my breakfast out here, and we're actually we're gonna check this out. Oh, that looks good, y'all. Whoa, that looks really good. Check it out. I don't even think I need to do any sanding or anything. That just looks so damn clean, right? Looks so clean. So we need to pressurize this nipple, make sure it don't leak, because I failed to check to see if it was like sealed, right? We'll pressure check it or try to remove the nipple so we can actually so we can, you know, just seal it up, Loctite it or whatnot so it don't leak. So they come out so good. I just have a little bit of sanding to do. I would actually rather for the pickup to be raised at this point than lower, right? If it was lower, then we would actually need to fill with epoxy to make it level with the ride surface, right? Now it's like not even 1/1000th of an inch higher, right? Like I could feel the little lip. You hear that? So we could just take us a sanding board and lightly sand it flush. Come on, boy, come on. I'm gonna eat my damn biscuit here while we actually find us a piece of sandpaper. I got this stuff right here on eBay. It was a variety pack from 80 to 3,000. It's a silicone carbide paper. It kind of, to be honest with you, it kind of wears out quick, which is fine. I got it for body work and blueprinting, right? You really don't want like an aggressive ass paper on a hull when you're about to paint it. You don't want scratches. So I went with this silicone carbide, and it really don't leave like deep scratches. Even the like 220 don't really leave a bad scratch on the hull, because I'm working on the seam of that boat and some repairs and stuff, and it's been actually great working on the bottom of this, right? So I basically make me a sanding board out of wood, right? You got to check it every now and then, make sure it's flat, because wood will warp, especially if it gets wet. This is what I used for the back of my steps here. You actually got to do it with the boat turned this way, because I actually have an angle. I actually have an angle cut on the bottom of this board right here, so I can put that angle on this part of my hull. I don't have sandpaper on the edge, like the corner. See the corner? I took a piece of sandpaper and sanded all the sandpaper off that corner, so it don't scratch the inside and like dig down into my hull, right? And I can basically put pressure on that angle I have. You see that angle? You see where this angle's set at? So that's the angle I'm trying to get on the back of this on the back of this ride surface, right? So I've used several different methods of taking this material down without hitting the boat itself, the hull itself, just the actual pickup, right? File, some special cut 220, right? Okay, she's flush. 2000. Holding it flat on my ride surface because this boat's been blueprinted, and I'm just kind of polishing up that pickup. Okay. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, it looks perfect. Perfectly flush, it feels like. Well, that's crazy as hell. Look at this pickup. Look at the front of this pickup right here. And look at the front of this pickup. I just noticed this. These are not exactly the same. You see that? What the hell? The stock one that was larger, and this is the one that I had to actually modify and fix. So I got them close enough, okay? Close enough. I can't believe I didn't notice that whenever I freaking when I installed them, you know. I got them flush. Oh, they're so perfect, man. So freaking perfect. So we can take this out. I got some brass tube over here. We may make us a little nipple because I didn't pick up any cooling line for this project. It was kind of a whim project, to be quite honest. We had this rainy weather like today and tomorrow, so it was kind of a whim. Okay, these are nice Y fittings, that's for sure. Pretty freaking nice. Let me figure out which way we want to go here. Okay, I'm thinking from the pickup to the ESC and out the boat, and then the stock pickup to the motors, right? D-U-N. Alright, I did a little bit of work off camera. I apologize. The video's getting long, so I'll just kind of summarize what I did. Got rid of the Y fittings. They were zip tied into place right here. Nice and neat, you know. One on each side, so I just put an Oxidean marine sticker there to kind of cover up the holes that held the Y fittings in place. Okay, I basically used the stock pickup for the motor. I basically made me a little nipple. This is like maybe a 5mm inside diameter here, so the inside diameter is bigger than the inside diameter of our cooling line, so we shouldn't see any interruption in flow, right? And just cut the next size up brass tube. Cut 4 of them, 1 for each pipe, right? 2 for each pipe, I guess. And then I just 638'd it onto the tube. Okay, so I have a nipple on each side that will hold our splice in, and it shouldn't blow off. I took a little piece of silicone tube and I stretched it over each side, so it's basically never gonna blow off there. Okay, that's how I did that. Stock pickup in the motor right out the boat. Okay, our through-hole pickups turned out great. In the ESC, out the ESC, and out the boat. I actually need to cut me a slither for this so that don't blow off at 100 plus, right? Same, well, like this. I need to do it like this. I need to cut a couple slithers for this side when I join these two tubes, okay? And it actually turned out really, really good. It actually gives the boat a nice clean look. I could actually, like where these holes are, I could actually cut me out like a little triangle piece here, over here, another little triangle or rectangle here to save some weight, right? So, yeah, I need to cut a couple slithers. We'll be done inside the boat. It turned out so good. I can't believe I waited 6 months to install these. I've had these pickups for 6 months. When I got the boat, basically, about a month after I got the boat, I've been planning on putting these in. And I never, in that 6 months, which I don't go and look at them every day, but they've been in my box and I've picked them up a dozen times because I contemplated putting them in another boat. And I was like, no, I'm just going to save them for this. And I never noticed the pickup size was different. So I got it profiled right. I actually had a little slip here and I filled it. My drill bit slipped and rolled over, so it's okay. It's fixed, and you guys see those couple little, well, you can't even see them now. I got them filled in, so that's fixed, and they match, right? Other than that little boo-boo when the bit slipped, which would have never happened if they were the same. I got them at the same time, same vendor, and they were different. It's crazy, right? So I actually, I installed this forward so we can get to the hardware back here, right? But I also, in the back of my mind, installed them forward because we may actually put another one right here, right behind it, right? We may put one right there, okay? I may actually take this transom mounted pickup off, fill the little hole here, fill the little hole there, and we may actually put 4 through-hole pickups in. Okay, so that's one of the reasons I mounted it forward, so I could actually later on mount a secondary set of pickups. Okay, so I don't know. We'll see because these may cool great, they may not, right? So I wanted to give it a test run and kind of see how they do. I think they're going to do great. So I know the video is long. I'm going to let you guys go. I got a couple little things to button up here. I'm freezing. It's like 11 o'clock at night, and I wanted to finish up this video for you guys. Turned out great. Highly recommend you guys doing it. It's not as hard as you think it is, right? Just going to have to do your measurements. That's the most important part. Measure everything. Triple and quadruple check your measurements before you cut, and get you a couple of different size files, maybe a little hacksaw, so that you can, take down the thickness of the actual pickup itself, so you can get it set in the hole the right way, right? You don't want it to be higher than the ride surface. You want it to be level or a little lower so you can take it down flush, right? So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Dun, 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 dun. Here comes 150 mile an hour. Let me get out of here. It's late.